What is up, everybody? Good evening and happy Sunday. Hope you all are doing well. I got some music playing for the beginning. It's nice chill music. I actually don't know the name of the song though. I'll have to look it up. But welcome. I'm glad everyone's tuning in. I'm excited for evening tea tonight. I have a few things that I planned a little bit better this time. So I've got some cool stuff to talk about, some fun facts, and just some updates about my last week. So I hope you're all doing well. Oh, welcome Amber, Lulu, and Denise. Welcome, welcome. Nice to see you all. Hey, I actually made it at the beginning. Yeah, welcome, Russ. Heck yeah. Sweet. Oh, yeah. Let me know if the music is overbearing. I thought I would mostly just have it at the beginning. Just kind of quiet. Last time, I was really surprised. We played some really cool music, and I thought it was going to get cut out of my live video, but it's still in it. Last I checked, anyway. Went back and looked at the video, and it kept the song parts in it. So I thought that was kind of cool. So I guess we can play any music we want in these, and since it's alive, they don't check it as much or something. I don't know why, but it worked. So at least for now. We'll see what happens in the future. But hey, welcome everybody. So I went on kind of late because I was waiting for a response from my sister. I don't know what she's up to, but it sounds like she's pretty busy right now. So she's probably going to go live really late today if she goes live at all. We will see. But yeah, my week was, I would say it was good. It was kind of interesting. I wanted to share a little bit from it because this week was out of the ordinary for sure. So, thanks for hitting that like button. We already got 3 likes. That's nice. We got 11 people. Heck yeah. Nice. Thanks for tuning in. It is 5:30, so I guess some of you guys are probably off work now. I hope it's a good time for people to start joining. My lives have been doing pretty good. I post them right after I do them live now, so it's been awesome, and people are able to view it immediately after, so that's been good. I'm driving, so this will be more of a podcast from me. Well, welcome, Alice. I'm glad you're at least tuned in. Hope you all have those notifications on so you know when we'll be going live. Because this week it was a little bit off from last time. I try to do it closer to 4, but today I was really busy. I was actually still editing my video that I wanted to post yesterday. So yeah, I'm definitely behind. I'll be listening, commenting in and out, trying to multitask. Nice. Are you probably at work, Lulu? Is that why? Whatever you guys are doing, I'm glad you tuned in. I'm happy if you guys are multitasking or doing whatever. It's just awesome to have you guys here. So that's sweet. I like to listen to podcasts. Well, I listen to podcasts while I go on like drives or when I go on runs and stuff like that. Because when I jog, I get really bored. And if I listen to like really heavy, like headbanging music, then I feel like I get sick of it after a few songs. And so when I listen to a podcast, it keeps my mind like thinking about stuff that's being talked about rather than focusing on the pain that I'm in when I'm running. Do you have your watch hours to be monetized? Oh, watch hours. I actually don't yet, so I'm still working on it. I think it's because I'm only posting once a week. They recommend to post more. Some people, they post every day to get enough watch time like super fast. And that's really hard to do because I still have work and school that I'm doing. So I'm just going to keep with my consistent once a week videos and then once a week lives. I missed last week's video because I was just really busy and I had a little too much fun making it. I filmed it like 4 different sections of it because I just kept on going on rants and talking about all the crazy things that happen. Um, but I'm planning to post it either tonight or tomorrow morning. So I know it'll be a couple days late, but it's going to be a good one. So I think you guys are going to like it. I haven't given it its official title yet, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to title it The Worst Date Ever because um, I at first started out with me just filming. I just started filming and talking about just crazy dates that I've been on. And it eventually led into me telling a particular story of one date that I went on that was just absurd. It was just way out of the ordinary, and a lot of crazy things happened in it that it was just like it stood out from every date that I had ever been on. And so, yeah, I talk about that and go into a lot of detail. And it was like supposed to be super long, but I was recommended to start making my videos shorter so they can be a lot more to the point and like just like more engaging and interesting without it having to be dragged on for super long. So I had to cut out a lot of stuff. And so that's a part of why it was taking so long. But also, I just talked a lot in it. So yeah, that'll be coming out soon. So stay excited for that. um, I can't remember. I know YouTube needs, it says there's like 4,000 hours of watch time that you need to be able to become monetized. So it's a lot. I don't know why they require so much. I guess that's just YouTube's thing. But slowly but surely, I'm making it up there. So I'm excited for that. And I enjoy making these too. So um, I don't plan to stop anytime soon. So I just wish I had more time to put towards them. Um, I'm already only working part time right now. School is the only thing I'm doing full time. And if I could switch it to part time, that would be great. There's not really a way to do that in the middle of the semester, though. But for the summer, I'm debating if I'm going to do part time or even go to school at all in the summer. I might take a break and then go in the fall. So that's that. Um, Welcome, Christina. Heck yeah. I was going to send you a cup of tea sticker. Aw, heck yeah. Okay, I will steam you videos to help get you there. Aw, you guys are so nice. I don't know if it works because it's my account, but I leave my videos on like the loop. Well, I just like have my channel open and I'm playing the videos, and I'll just have them be playing all day just because, just to see if it'll rack up any time. For one person, I don't think it'll change a whole lot, and I don't even know if it counts my views. You know, when you watch your own videos, I don't know if YouTube even counts those. So I don't know if that works. So a lot of the times I'll just actually stream my sister's videos to help get her more watch time or something like that. Um, but yeah, that would be awesome. I really appreciate that. Welcome, Dominic. Heck yeah. Okay, nice. We got a decent crowd. This is cool. So for my week, it has been a good week overall, but it had some very interesting bumps in the road. I think because like I've just been thinking a lot about like dates and like how awkward and weird they are sometimes, and um, I I didn't really go on a date this week, but I met up with a couple of people that I've been texting, and one of them was just super awkward. I don't know what it was. I worry that it's me. I know I'm kind of an awkward person and I can't help it. Sometimes I think it's fascinating to be in an awkward situation, like see how people react and see how I react too, because you can't avoid it. Everyone's going to be in awkward situations at times, and you just got to get used to it. But this week, my awkward situation was when talking with this girl, and we had been texting for a couple of days, and I don't know. I just was really surprised. She straight up just asked me. She's like, "So are you looking for someone to like potentially marry, or are you just like messing around kind of? Are you just dating for fun?" And I was so surprised that I took a little while and I had to think about it. I was like, what? Okay. I mean, that's pretty abrupt, but I'm all about people just like being themselves, saying whatever's on their mind. So I just took it for what it was. And I was like, well, I'm just kind of dating for the experience, getting to know people. I like building relationships and like, I don't know, getting more used to it. So it's not always so awkward, I guess. Um, and immediately after I said that, she kind of just took it as if I was like, oh, I'm just messing around. I don't want anything serious or whatever. And I felt like she just kind of was like not interested anymore. And she just, our whole conversation was just kind of dull after that. So that was super weird. I don't know. I hear a lot that like Utah girls in particular, it's a little bit harder and dates can be more awkward. But I don't know. Utah's where I've had most of my experience. So other than Colorado, I did live there for a while, but they're so close to each other that it's not like a dramatic change, I feel like. Um, but yeah, anyways, that was my awkward situation. Also this week, I read somewhere that Tinder was celebrating their first time having a Tinder match in Antarctica. I don't know why that's such a big deal, but I heard people talking about it, and I think that was kind of funny. Um, I would never think that Antarctica would be, I don't know, that popular, I guess. And it's um, what was it? I think they were comparing it to the population that was there, so it was like really shocking with how small it was, and it was like a big deal for Tinder because I guess Tinder's the dating app everyone kind of knows about. It's definitely a famous name, so I thought that was kind of funny. I have, let's see. You need to do what you need to do. If you can't get through school faster, get your degree and make more money, just do it. Life's too short to short Life's too short. Your followers will be there. Thank you, Susan. Yeah, that's kind of how I've been approaching it. Sorry, I meant I can get through school faster and get a degree. True. You're right, Susan. I think school is super important. I'm not going to stop or anything. It would just be really nice to slow down a little bit. But I think it's because it's midterms right now, and that midterms and finals are when school is just the worst. I feel like causes a lot of unnecessary anxiety and stress, but it does. It happens. And so those are probably the two times that most people drop out or like um, decide not to go to college anymore because it can be crazy. But there's like 100 people max in Antarctica, and they are all scientists. How did that not already know each other? Okay, that's good to know. So I guess the population is tiny in Antarctica. So for them to have a Tinder match, that would be awkward because probably they did know each other. So when they got matched, they were just like, okay. Oh man, that would be funny. Interesting place to go visit though. That'd be cool. But if I visited any place that far away, I'd want to go to like Alaska, I feel like, even though Alaska's not super far away. But I hear the lights there are amazing. So it's just really cold if you can deal with that. What else happened this week? Nothing really crazy. I mean, I just had the usual. I worked a lot, had school. Yeah. Oh, I did a video call with my sisters. That was really fun. We do that, I don't know, almost every other week though, so that's pretty common. But it's always nice. It's nice to stay in touch with family. Meetups are always the best. Why Alaska? Oh, the Northern Lights. Yeah, there you go. I just hear a lot of cool things about Alaska. But there's a ton of cool places. It would be nice. I heard an interesting fact about the Eiffel Tower. I think it's in Italy. That would be a cool place to visit. But someone was telling me that if you go in the summer versus in the winter, the Eiffel Tower is actually a different size by like 10 centimeters or something like that. Because when it's hot, all the metal expands and makes it taller, I guess. And when it's cold, the metal, I guess, goes to, I don't know, becomes more dense. And so the Eiffel Tower is actually 10 centimeters shorter. So I thought that was kind of interesting. But yeah, that would be a cool place to visit, as well as Australia, just because they have really cool accents there. But Where else would be cool? I think even Canada. Canada is the closest place for me to go and visit that I think would still be really cool. I wonder how their winter is right now because I'm just super happy that here in Utah, it's getting warm. It's finally getting a lot warmer. In fact, I had to use my AC in my car today, so that was awesome. I hope the weather stays like that. Because I feel like it's like this every year. By the end of winter, I'm sick of the snow and sick of the cold. Can't wait for summer. And by the end of summer, I'm so excited for the snow. So it's nice. It's nice to have the 4 seasons here. It's nice for everything to change. Eiffel Tower is Paris, France. Oh, did I not say Paris? I think I said Italy. The Eiffel Tower is not in Italy. Or is Paris in Italy? I need to learn my geography. Australia is a gem. That's what I hear. I hear that Australia is really cool. And they got a lot of kangaroos, so that would be cool. The number one thing on my bucket list is to say I have been in all 50 states. I am just over halfway there, but Alaska, the one I'm hoping to go to next. Yeah, that's so weird that Alaska is one of the states. I always forget that. It's a part of America, though. People joke that like it's actually Canada, but it's right next to Canada. And it's like up there with Canada, but no, it's one of the states. So it's kind of funny. That's a really cool bucket list goal, though. 50 states. That would be really fun. I feel like that would be. I don't know. I was gonna say it'd be cool to do it all in one trip, kind of like just have a whole. You'd probably have to have like a whole month or something to just go on a road trip and go and visit every single one. I feel like you'd have to drive. If you flew, that would be so expensive. But to just drive from each state, I mean, it would still be expensive, but cheaper than flying, I think. And I love road trips. I go on lots of road trips all the time. I've been on road trips from Utah to California and Utah to Colorado at least dozens of times. So I'm definitely used to that kind of trip. Depends where in Canada. West Coast here where I am is nice and sunny. Oh wow, Denise, you're from Canada? Heck yeah, that's cool. I always forget. Yeah, we got people from all around the world in these, so I think that's awesome. So where you're at is West Coast and it's nice and sunny. So that's good to know. So the West Coast isn't too bad. I guess what's the one? I always hear of what is it? Toronto, Canada, I think it is. Oh, I should really look it up to make sure, but I know of a few Canadians that live in, I believe it's called Toronto or let me see. Hold on. I think there's a few cities that are super popular in Canada, and I I always forget what they are though, because I don't know a lot of Canadians. I just know that the stereotypes about them, that they're super nice all the time. Toronto. Is that what I said? I hope that's what I said. Toronto is where one of my friends are from. And yeah, he says that it's usually pretty cold there, but I don't know if that one's the one that's close to the West Coast like you were talking about. But Paris in France is next to England, I think. Leaning Tower is in Italy. Okay, so I did get that wrong. The Leaning Tower is in Italy. The Eiffel Tower is in Paris, France. I know that Italy's like the boot-shaped place. I definitely need to learn my geography a little bit better. But gas prices right now, road trips are yikes. That's true, actually. Yeah, I have been doing more of my classes from at home virtually, doing the Zoom meetings instead of going to campus because of that, just to save gas because it's getting more and more expensive. But I've been hearing a lot of controversy about that because I think someone on the Tonight Show said that they don't care if gas gets super expensive, and like I don't know how to feel about that because a part of me is like, it sucks that gas is expensive, and I would rather us be able to go wherever we want without having to stress about how expensive it is. But then I guess it's like there are so many cars. People are just constantly on the road, and I hate traffic, so that's one reason why I guess might make people drive less. But I don't think it's worth it because I hate spending a ton. And I think the guy that said it on the Tonight Show, he drove a Tesla, so I don't think I mean, obviously he doesn't care, but I think that's different. When you have an electric car and you don't even have to buy gas, then that's totally different. I mean, I don't know. That's weird. But I think Alaska was once part of Russia, but I went to public school, so what do I know? I'm with you there, Joey. I definitely feel like I have not had the best education. I'm in college now, so I feel like I'm still pursuing that. But college, first of all, I hate history, so I'm not taking any history classes right now, or like or geography or anything like that. So I'm not learning about those types of things. A lot of the basic things that I missed, I think, from a regular education, just in like public school or like, what is it, grade school and junior high and high school, then I basically got almost nothing out of those. So yeah, I'm right with you there. I feel like right now is when I'm learning. Like I'm basically a grade school student on my education right now. And so I always ask people questions. One thing about me though is that a lot of people I know like they won't raise their hands in class, or like they're always super nervous about asking questions or saying that they don't understand or know something. I don't know what it is about me, but I've never gotten that. I feel like I ask questions all the time, and I'm okay with saying that, oh, I don't know this or I don't know that, because I have to learn it. I have to learn it somewhere. And so oh, what was I saying? Oh my goodness. My mind just went blank. But anyways, I don't think it's any problem with asking questions about things that you don't know. So I do it all the time, and I know a lot of the times I sound like a little 12-year-old or something, but it's the only way I'm going to learn. So I'm going to keep asking questions and figure it out. So, I'm from Central Maine originally, now married and from Southern Maine. Very neat in all of the states. Oh, cool. Nice. So you went from Central Maine to Southern Maine. Nice. I think Canada would be kind of, well, I take that back. I was going to say it'd be easier to visit all the places in Canada than it would be in the United States, because I heard that they have only got like, what is it, 9 provinces, which is kind of like the equivalent of our states. But I just remembered how big Canada is, though. So I think that would probably be just as hard. Canada, like their size and space is a lot. So that would be tough. But that would be cool. I think a road trip through Canada would be fun too. That'd be sweet. I wonder what the main places to visit in Canada. If you did a road trip there, you would obviously want to hit the coast of Canada, I feel like, see the beaches or whatnot. And then Toronto, just because everyone I feel like is from Toronto. I've also heard of Saskatchewan. That one sounds kind of cool. I think that would be fun to visit just because the name is cool. And then there's that island for Prince Edward, I think. Prince Edward's Island. That one, I just like it because of the movie. What's that movie? Anne of Green Gables. Anne of Green Gables, I think, is filmed on Prince Edward Island. I might have that wrong. But anyways, I've heard that Prince Edward Island is really cool. That would be a fun place to visit. But you probably have to take like a ferry or something, I guess. I doubt you can drive to it because it's an island. Let's see. What else was I going to say? Cool to catch you live. Welcome, Victoria. Yeah, I'm glad you made it. Heck yeah. Let me see. Before I go back to the comments, there was a few things I wanted to share. in today's live? I always get so sidetracked. So this time I actually wrote down like my updates and what I want to share, different things about like what I've been researching recently, interesting facts that I've heard, and just fun things to share. So the first thing I think I want to get like kind of like all the culty stuff out of the way very first and share about all of the different names for the cult that I came from. I thought this was really interesting because when I was in the cult, we always called it the Order. Everyone in the Kingston group, there's so many names for it, but anyway, everyone in the cult called the cult the Order. And it was just always that. Like, I didn't even know that it really had other names until I left. But I've been looking into it and I found out there's a lot of names that it goes by. So the name of the Kingston polygamous group is, the main one is known as the Order, but that's the main one for like the members themselves. But then whenever you hear about them on the news, they always call it the Kingston group or Kingston family when they address that cult. The same one. And then I looked it up on Google, and Google says their official name is the Latter-day Church of Christ, or LDCJC. So that was kind of interesting. And then, though, the actual website, the Order themselves made their website, and they called it the Davis County Cooperative Society, or DCCS. So they literally have the Order, the Kingston group, the Kingston family, the Latter-day Church of Christ, or the Davis County Cooperative Society. So that's 5 names right there that they go by. So no wonder it's super confusing to understand like which cult is which. And what even makes it more confusing is that this is just one of the cults, you know? There's the FLDS. There's other breakoffs of each of these cults too. And they all go by different names as well. So I think it's just, maybe it's a way to like confuse everyone and to not make it so zoned in on them. But I don't know. I guess that's just one of the things that they do to maybe it helps them in some way. But to me, I feel like it just confuses the crap out of everybody, and no one really knows what to call them. But I don't know. Anyways, schools don't teach me, so I had to teach myself. That's true. I honestly have learned more on TikTok and YouTube than school. Wow, that's a lot of names. True. Yeah. TikTok and YouTube. That's kind of funny. Yeah, I definitely watch a lot of tutorials on YouTube. I don't know. I like that YouTube, you really can learn anything you want on it. And the nice thing about YouTube is when you go there, you're learning exactly the one thing that you want to learn and don't have to learn a bunch of random weird stuff first. But yeah, anyways, that's my spiel about that. They go by a ton of names, and I think it's really strange. I don't understand why. But yeah. Last time I talked about some of the lawsuits that they got in, and that one was kind of crazy because, I don't know, I guess I'm still a little bit shocked that they have so much money. I think it's kind of crazy, but I don't know. I think that's kind of what they focus on, and so it kind of keeps everything in control, and you can use money for a lot of things. I think it's funny, the saying where they're like, money can't buy you happiness, but it can buy a boat and a truck to pull that boat. It's just like money controls so much. It's crazy, and it's so true. I don't think money can buy happiness. I'm not saying that at all. I just think people use money for so many things, and it's just kind of crazy. You can almost have like, I don't know, power kind of from having money. And it's a little bit scary, but I learned how to refinish my hardwood floors on YouTube. They turned out nice. Heck yeah. See, there you go. I like learning new skills. I learned basically everything about fixing my car and like changing the oil and stuff like that from YouTube. So I appreciate YouTube a ton because I drive like clunker cars all the time and they always break down on me. And I don't know what I would do if I didn't have YouTube. Like YouTube shows me how to fix everything. So I love that. Okay, anyways, enough about that. Another interesting fact that I found out this week is that there's such a thing as a bro Bible. I'm curious if you guys have ever heard of this, but I just found out about it this last week, and I just the name itself like caught my interest because I was like the bro Bible, like okay, that seems kind of interesting. And so I went to the website for it, and it just says the ultimate destination for millennial men is what it was. And so I didn't spend a ton of time on it because I lost interest really fast. But it basically just shows all this stuff about like, I don't know, different styles or how to like be cool or like what's the new hip thing happening, I guess, for millennial men and how to like stay in the know-how of what everything that's happening and a lot of stuff about sports. And I'm not a huge sports person. I love watching the Super Bowl and like really big sports events, but I don't like, I don't know, keep up to date with one particular team all the time and stuff like that. I think right now is March Madness for basketball. So I've been hearing a lot about that and a lot of my friends talk about it, but I I don't know too much about it. So maybe I need to go to the Bro Bible more often and learn about all that stuff. But I've been super busy and I feel like it takes a lot of time. So it's hard to stay consistent on that stuff. But a lot of people like it, so it's cool. And I like watching the big events because I like seeing like how committed people are and how dedicated they are to their sport. And like at the Super Bowl, I feel like that's where you see that the most. Like these people are playing like as hard as possible. They're giving it them all. And like when you see professional soccer matches, like it is insane the things that they can do. It is awesome. And so I love watching stuff like that because it's cool to see what people can accomplish. Are you glad you didn't have to grow up wearing old-timing looking clothes like the FLDS people? Yes, Joey, definitely. I remember going to visit one of my cousins that was a part of the FLDS and seeing them wear like full-on dresses and long sleeve shirts when they were swimming just blew my mind. I was just really surprised because this was different. I had heard about like Amish people like doing strange stuff like that. But then when I went to go and visit one of my cousins and they were the ones going swimming in a swimming pool with everything on, I was just like, what? That blew my mind. I was so confused. And I didn't really know what to think of it. I thought it was weird, but I try not to judge them though, because that's what they do, I guess. And to me, I mean, with the very first time I saw this, I was like 13 years old. So I was like old enough to like understand kind of like what's normal and what's not a little bit. And that definitely was surprising to me. And yeah, so I'm super glad I didn't go through that. I know of some people that have left the FLDS, and it definitely takes a long time for them to adjust. If you've seen those episodes of Escaping Polygamy, I'm super bad with names, but I know some of them, and even in the videos, the episodes, you can see how it takes them a long time to adjust to wearing different things or to, I don't know, not wear those same things that they were wearing before. And so I think that would be hard. It's hard enough for me because like just adjusting normally, just getting used to leaving even the order. I feel like there's a lot of things that happen to you mentally and just a ton of things you got to adapt and get used to. So that's always super hard. And so if there was this whole uniform I had to get used to not wearing, that would be strange too. I just feel like that would add to all of the, I don't know, the headache of figuring everything out. Never heard of it. Money can buy temporary happiness, but can destroy you. That's true. I feel like that's the scariest thing about like, what is it? I mean, I guess like basically a lot of people I see that are, I don't know, on like the Tonight Show or like on super popular, like they're popular enough that like they go to interviews and like talk about their progression of life when they became like super famous and like once they had everything that they ever wanted. And a lot of them talk about how great it is to have like all this money, but they're not necessarily happy. And it, I mean, it fulfills that saying about like that money will never bring you happiness, that you need to find happiness in a different way. And yeah, I think it's kind of interesting to see that in real life and in interviews. Um, Sometimes it bothers me because you see this super rich, famous person and they're like, "Oh, I hate my life and stuff," but they have everything they could ever want, and it's like, well, they should, I don't know, they should be able to, um, I don't know. It's not as easy as just saying to find a way to be happy, obviously, and so um, I don't really I don't know. I don't fully know what to think about that. I just wish there was a way for people to, um, I don't know, be more involved in either like giving back to society or finding ways to be fulfilled by finding what they truly love and being able to use that money to accomplish that. Like, I feel like there's so many people that are trying to, um, create like their passions and to follow their dreams and stuff like that. But money is such a big obstacle, stops them from accomplishing the things that they want to, or from helping the organizations that they want to, and from doing lots of things. That when people that have so much money and they have no passion and no desire to do things or to help people or to, I don't know, give back, then that's when it kind of bothers me because there's so many people out there that they could help with it. There's so many organizations they could be a part of. There's just a lot that they could do with it rather than just going to parties all the time or just going crazy with their money, you know? Um, and especially if they know that they're not happy, you know, then I feel like just, I mean, that's where I sound like I'm being unsympathetic and stuff, just being like, just stop doing that. If you're not happy, change it. I know it's a lot harder than that. It's not simple as that. So, I'm sure everyone deals with their own demons in their own ways, and so um, they're gonna have to figure out their own way to find their passion, figure out what they want to do. I just wish it wasn't so hard. I wish it could be easier to figure out how to get out of that funk that you get into and how to find like what your passion is or what you want to dedicate all that money and time to make yourself happy and to make the people around you happy. Because I think that's where a lot of happiness comes from is when you are continually progressing towards something that you want, something that you see as a good thing, and it's helping other people. Because I think when you serve others and when you do good and kind things to others, then that makes a difference, and that really will like resonate with you. That'll not necessarily make you happy, but I think that's a large part of what makes us happy. And so, I don't know. The more we can do that, I think the better we'd all be. um, March Madness is here in my city, Indianapolis. Oh, cool. Nice. Yeah, I know March Madness is a big thing. A lot of people like it. Every year I try to get more and more into it. And if I had more time, I would watch more games and stuff. But I run out of time way too often. But I love hearing about it, though. I like hearing which teams win, which teams are like progressing along to go to like the championships and things like that. I love baseball, but mostly watching G nephew's college team. Oh, see, that's cool. I hear college basketball is really cool, especially when you know people in it. I think that'd be awesome. I don't know really anyone that are in sports professionally, so that would be cool though. That'd be awesome to see your own family members playing. I think that'd be fun. My mom used to always joke about how we have enough kids to start our own baseball team. And so I thought that would be cool, have a family team or something like that. I'd rather be unhappy with money than without. That's so true. I agree with you, Joey. I think too many people just kind of focus on one thing. It's kind of like hyper focusing on things. I hear that guys do this more than girls. We like get obsessed with something for a little while, and that's all we can think about. Like it just is on our minds, and that's like where we put all of our effort for like a certain amount of time until something else like draws us away or something. But I don't know why. It just I've had that happen to me. I feel like there's certain things that come into my life and I just hyper focus on them and I kind of neglect and forget about a lot of other important things, which is really bad. But it happens. I use all my extra money to help and make people feel better. See, that's awesome. That's really nice. I was curious when you guys did rebel and get in trouble, what kind of punishment or trouble did you get in? Zoe. Well, Zoe, that's a great question. I guess yeah, I think in my rebel video I didn't talk very much about the like punishments and stuff. It's mostly because I try to make most of my videos like interesting and entertaining and like draw people in, but I don't like sharing like the sad parts about it, you know? I like to share um like like that. I like to share the interesting things that we would do and how strict it was. But I hate sharing about like when different people would get like beat by their parents or like when a lot of the people would get neglected or the kids just didn't have the proper things that they needed because it gets super sad. I feel like I'm sharing this story and to me I'm looking back on the interesting aspects and the parts that are kind of funny and like um interesting to me and I get kind of excited and I'm sharing all of it and it brings back memories and honestly a lot of the times they make me laugh because they're kind of funny and stuff like that. And I've gotten so used to constantly kind of pushing out all of the bad and negative stuff and just kind of ignoring that because I don't know, I just don't want to think about that mostly, but I also want my videos to be focused on the interesting aspects about it and like I don't know, things that are uplifting more so. And that's kind of hard because a lot of my childhood was dark and like creepy, I guess, and strange. But no matter what, I used to tell this to my mom all the time that like no matter what kind of environment young people or like especially children grow up in, they're gonna find like take the good from it. Because she would always be like, if this is a bad place to be in, why is there so many good kids and why are so many of the kids able to be creative and still be happy and stuff like that? And I would always tell her that like with especially when you're young, I feel like you can find like happiness and joy no matter where you are. You really can. And like kids are the best at that. They're so good at like being creative, finding fun things to do, being super hilarious, you know? Like there's so many things that kids do to just make their lives better, even when they're in a crappy situation. And so when I look back and I share my stories, I'm always thinking about like the fun or like the interesting things that happen or like what made me laugh when I was going through all those crazy things. And that way to me, like I kind of forget about all of the other stuff, the depressing, sad things, and I just focus on what really made me get through my day and what made it super interesting and like how I had fun with it all, you know? Because growing up in a cult I feel like one of the biggest benefits from it is the fact that I got more of a positive attitude out of it, you know, because I was kind of surrounded by all these people that were down on themselves and like really struggling with following all of these rules and figuring out who they were and like just trying to like be in line with the system of that cult that they were in. And for me, I just had to find ways to like enjoy it and make it fun and just see the like what I could do or like what I could laugh at or make it like I don't know, easier to go through all of that. And when you're in a situation where it's like you just don't give a crap, like your life sucks already, then it's I feel like you're a lot more willing to just try crazy things or to just like not care so much and just do what you can to make it worthwhile, you know, just try crazy things. That's why that rebel video, I feel like I didn't give it the proper justice because there were so many dumb, stupid things that we would do that were just to us our way of escaping, you know, just kind of a way for us to feel like that excitement and feel like life wasn't just miserable basically. And so even though we did lots of dumb stuff, I look back at them and now I'm able to laugh at them and feel like it was one of the ways that I coped. It was definitely a coping mechanism for sure. It was definitely, I don't know, it was interesting. Oh, anyways, sorry. Back to the question. The punishments, um, you know, they were very typical things. I feel like there were some leaders that would go really crazy with their punishments. So I'm going to avoid that. But for me, the biggest one was, spankings or being hit and smacked and stuff like that. I remember with my friends, it's funny because I would sneak out with some of the leaders' kids all the time. And not even sneaking out. Sometimes it was just like we were at the skate park hanging out, like our parents knew we were there and stuff. And then we would run off and do our own things, or go other places or do whatever. And I remember whenever we were doing stuff like illegal and well, yeah, they were illegal. I don't know why I put quotation marks. We did not care about the law when I was in the cult. And it was because they were always like, our parents are breaking the laws. They're living polygamy, like, so obviously the law comes secondary to whatever we want and stuff. And it was a very bad mindset, I know, but that's the way a lot of them thought. And I remember thinking about like what we were doing, like, kind of scared me, but what scared me the most was if my parents found out about it. And I was talking to them and they would literally say things along the lines of like, if we get in trouble, I would rather the cops send me to jail than to take me home to my parents, because that's how terrified we were of our parents. Because we also felt like our parents didn't really have any filter. Like, we were already secluded. We were fully under our parents' control. And so they could do whatever they wanted to us. And that alone was terrifying. Like, we did not want to have to face them after getting in trouble. We would rather the cops like take us to jail, or like have the law itself give us whatever punishment. But we were underage though. So all we would have, I think, was just gone to jail is what I think would have happened. I personally was never caught though. I remember being so afraid that like I would plan all of my escape routes, make sure whatever we were doing was something I could get away with, that I would never get caught for. And the only time I was a little bit risky was when I turned 17. And my friends were all like, dude, this is the last year we can just do crazy stuff, whatever the frick we want, because we would still be minors. But after this year, we won't be minors anymore. So like, we got to take advantage of it. And I think that was the craziest year. I don't know why. We were really stupid, because a lot of the times when you're super close to being 18, they can still charge you as an adult. But again, I was lucky enough that I never got caught, and I never, I never did anything super huge that got me thrown into juvie or anything like that. I do know I can't say names or anything, but there were a few of them that had gone to juvie and had gotten caught. And I remember hearing that they had gone to jail, and we had to wait, like, I think it was 3 months till they got out and stuff. And I went and talked with them. And to me, I was just super, like, appreciative of them for not ratting me out and ratting out all the other people and stuff. And so I thought it was just kind of like, I don't know. I feel bad that I wasn't as sympathetic towards them, because I remember just being like, thank you so much for not telling on me. And so from his view, I'm sure it looked like I was just super selfish. All I cared about was me. But like, I was shocked. I was super surprised. Like, he literally went to juvie and he never mentioned anyone that was with him or any of the other things that happened and stuff like that. He just kept it all to himself. And it was just kind of like, I don't know. I was glad. I didn't want to get in trouble, So yeah, I'm sure that was a roundabout way to answer your question, but I hope that answered it. And there's a lot more to it. But at least for me, that's how it was. I know I was lucky enough that like my mom was really against any type of physical abuse and stuff like that, even though it did happen in the house. Because she was so like, she hated it enough that I know that there wasn't as much abuse in my household as there was in a lot of my friends' homes, because I'd hear their stories and just be shocked too. And to them, it was just normal. That was one of the weird things when they would just talk about the types of punishments their parents would give them, and like weird things like being locked in one of the farms that they had, or locked in closets, or just left at random places and they had to walk home and stuff like that. Like, I remember just thinking like, that's just normal to you guys? And they would be like, yeah, it's way better than them just beating me. And it's like, what? They would choose those random weird punishments rather than though their normal punishments, I guess, with getting a beating and stuff like that. And it's like, it's sad enough that they already are basically having to choose between those two punishments. But it's like just the way it was so normal for them to talk about all that. That was tough. I feel like that was the really sad part. Anyways, Olivia, that's an ADHD autism thing. You're probably talking about the way I answered or something. I do wonder if I have ADHD. I've never been diagnosed with it because I've never gone to a doctor or anything. Because to me, I feel like everyone kind of has a little bit of ADHD. And rather than, I don't know, trying to cure my ADHD, I just want to get better at coping with it and better at handling it and stuff like that. Hey, I finally got a message from Amanda. Nice. I'm just going to check with her really quick to see when she's planning on going live. Cool. Okay, sweet. Anyways. Hi, school. Wish I could stay, but just wanted to drop by and say hi. Have a great week. Thanks. You have a great week too. No worries. I understand. Life can be busy. It's hard to just be able to stay up to date on everything. I'm super glad that there's 29 people that are watching this right now. I think to me, that's awesome. I feel like my following's just kind of like getting started, I appreciate anyone and everyone that comes to these. So I think that's great. That comment was in reference to the hyper focusing that took forever to go through. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think, what was I going to say, man? When I was talking about hyper focusing, I don't know why that happens either, but yeah, hyper focusing, ADHD, not being able to focus. It's funny because I feel like I have ADHD, but I have those moments where I hyper focus. So it's like that. It's not like I have some disease of ADHD where I can never focus on things and I'm always all over the place. It's all about like the timing, what's happening in my life, what I'm going through. Sometimes I have ADHD, sometimes I hyper focus. Sometimes I'm super lazy and don't want to do anything. Sometimes I'm super productive and I want to get a lot of stuff done. It's always different. So I feel like that's pretty normal. When I talk to other people, it's kind of like a part of life. Everyone kind of goes through it. I feel like it's hard to stay super consistent, which is one of the biggest things most people need, like with a job or with school or with trying to develop a talent. You need to be consistent with it, and that's one of the hardest parts. But yeah, I feel like that's why we appreciate so much people that do, because when people learn that talent of playing that instrument or doing something, then it's impressive. It's amazing because we've all kind of tried. We've all been there and gone through that learning curve and just, had the hardest time figuring it all out. It's tough for sure. But it is what it is, What else did I want to share about? I was going to try to share Amanda. I think Amanda's getting on now. Whenever she's on, I want to show her my teacup to remind her. Hopefully she'll be sending me a cool one soon. But I love her teacups. And she finally is getting like enough of them painted to have like extras so that she can send me one. But it's on me too. I keep forgetting to remind her and letting her know which one that I want and things like that. So I'm just excited for whenever she will send it over. Let's see. What else did I want to share? That was a lot of the main stuff. I put down a few interesting facts that I ran into this week. Like one of them was that human teeth are the only part of the body that cannot heal themselves. That stood out to me so much because it never registered to me that everything else heals itself. The whole part of our body, like they all just heal itself, and the teeth don't. I think that's kind of crazy. I love my teeth though. I'm always brushing them. I'm a little bit paranoid about it because I've never like had, what's that called? Proper, I guess, dental care or whatever. And I don't have health insurance, so I'm always like nervous and worried that I'm gonna have to pay a ton of money to get something fixed, or like if I ruin my teeth or get too many cavities or anything like that, or any cavities actually. I can't afford to even get one cavity because if you get a cavity and then you don't go to the dentist and get it taken care of, it could, like, I don't know, it could cause way more problems than just that. And when you don't have health insurance, you rarely go to the dentist because it's expensive and it sucks. But that's life. I don't know. I feel like I've made it this far. And as soon as I graduate, I'll get a decent job that'll give me health insurance. So I'm counting on that. That's when I'll get all of my work done that I need. It's a bad idea, but it'll happen. Okay, just another reminder. If you guys could hit that like button, that would be awesome. Thank you so much for staying this long. It's almost been an hour. I don't know if I'll go much longer than an hour today, but there was one. Oh, shoot. I didn't write this one down. I was going to talk about it. Well, it mostly was just like sharing about how grateful I am for the people in my lives. I feel like this is something that we can't talk about too much because it's too often that I miss opportunities to share with someone how much I appreciate them and how awesome it is to have them in my lives. And I noticed that with a lot of my friends. It's especially with guys when you're like sharing how much you care about them and like how appreciative you are for them being in your life. It's a little bit too, like, gushy feely or whatever, and a lot of people don't know how to take that, especially a lot of guys. There's like, that's weird, you're my bro, we're bros, whatever. Like, you don't have to say, you never say I love you or anything like that, because it's just, I don't know, it's, you just don't do that. But I always try to share with my friends and like with people that have made an impact in my life, just try to let them know a little bit about what that means to me and how great it is. And this week I was pondering a lot about what it is that I go through in my life that makes me so like happy and so grateful for the things that I have in my life. And a lot of the time it's people. You can't get a gift that's better than like having good people and having good friends and building great relationships. That this whole week when I was pondering about it and writing like down the things that I'm grateful for, then I couldn't help but think about all the people in my life and how great it is to have them in my life, to be able to spend time with them, to have these experiences, to just kind of like share those moments with them. Because I always think about my life as in if it's something that I'm engraving into stone. You can't go back and change anything that you've done in the past. You can't change like anything that you've already done. You can't change the fact that you've made the decisions that you've made. But what you can do is you can reflect on them and you can make better ones. And when you look at your choices that you make as concrete and forever, I feel like it makes them a lot more meaningful and you put a lot more thought into them. And I think that's how you can live a more fulfilled life. I think when you are self-conscious and like live a life with like full intention, I guess I would say, then you make a lot better choices. And I think that's a great thing. And that's what I hope to do. So my last story I'll share is one of when I was a little kid. And since we talked a little bit about teeth today, I wanted to share a story of when I basically smashed my teeth. I was only like 4 or 5 years old, and we had cement concrete in my backyard. And oops, let me see. Oh, my computer refreshed. Shoot, I got one more minute. Okay, I hope it's still working. Anyways, yeah, so the last story for this video is when I had smashed my teeth when I was really young. And we had, growing up, I was like 4 or 5 when this happened. We had a cement little, just a lot of pavement in our backyard. And I was riding my little like tricycle bike on it. And I just go back and forth, because it was in a little gated area. And I remember thinking like this was for some reason one of the things that I would do when I would ride my bike. I I don't, man, I want to. Anyways, sorry, that part's not important. I always want to share more than I need to, but I I was riding my bike and I remember falling off of it going forward because I had hit one of those cracks at the same times that I was like trying to slow down. And so I went and flung forward and for some reason my little tricycle like hit the ground first and then my face went right on top of it. And so my face hit the metal handlebar on the tricycle and then hit the cement right underneath it. And it had just smashed my teeth and I mean, there was blood everywhere. And I just remember crying and running over to my mom. And the craziest part of it was that my mom, maybe we didn't have health insurance at the time either or something, because my mom just took my teeth and pushed it right back into the gums, into the spot where they were supposed to be. And she even when she tells the story, she talks about how she tried to make it as straight as she could because she didn't know what else to do. And literally, that's how we took care of it. And my tooth, at least one of them, it was one of my front teeth. I think it was the one on the left. I can't remember. But anyways, after days, I think it was after weeks, however long, then the tooth just turned completely brown because it like wasn't fully connected. It was just shoved back in. And so it turned completely brown. And I had for, I think, a whole year or something. Like I still, when I look back at my baby photos, you can see the time period of when I had just a brown tooth. And we would just always pretend it was like a gold tooth or something because I guess that was a lot cooler than describing it as a brown tooth. But I will never forget that experience and just having a brown tooth because we didn't know how else to take care of it. And I mean, I don't know. It was crazy. But that was one of the stories of my childhood that I like sharing with people because it just kind of shows that it's, I don't know, everyone goes through different experiences. And this one for me was one that I'll never forget. And it's not like I necessarily liked it. I wish I could have had a little bit of a better childhood. But I mean, I made it through all of that and it turned out okay. Luckily, that was only my baby teeth and my adult ones grew in and just pushed those ones out and threw them away anyways. So yeah. Um, man, I feel like I'm so bad at telling stories because in my head, I'm picturing it all and remembering exactly what happened. So it's way more vivid. But I'm super bad at telling details. But I'm getting better. I think in my next video, because I talked for so long and then was able to edit out all of the extra ums and ands that I always say and just focus on the main part of the story, it makes it a lot more interesting. But anyways, I hope you guys like hearing about my teeth being smashed story. And it's an hour now. I think I'm probably gonna end the live. But let me go through the comments really quick, and then we'll kind of finish everything off. But I always jump back and forth and forget everything. I'm glad you keep a positive attitude with everything from your past. I feel like it's such a productive way to deal with some of the thoughts. Some of the tough things you probably dealt with. You guys are so strong. Aw. Thanks, Kim. I always want to encourage people to try and stay positive. I know that everyone kind of goes through those phases. The phase of, I guess you would just call it like depression or like anxiety or a lot of the stressful parts of life that we can go through. And staying positive through it all is one of the best ways to deal with it because it helps you cope with it. And you can find good things no matter what you might be going through, where you find yourself in life. If you just really focus on those good things, it can help you get through it all. Anyways, I just saw her Instagram story and she was getting on a plane like 40 minutes ago. Oh yeah, my sister's where was she flying from? I think she's finally flying out of Seattle, where she was visiting my sister Rachel, our sister Rachel. So yeah, that's probably why she is. Well, I don't know for sure if she's not going to go live today, but she hasn't yet, and she might not because she is kind of busy. But high school, so glad I made it. Hope you had a great week. Thanks, Tracy. I hope you have a good week as well. Are you going to make t-shirts so I can buy one? Oh, that's a great idea, Terry. I'll have to look into it. I like that Amanda found her own little niche of coffee cups because that's kind of her thing. Coffee is everything to her. And so I'm still brainstorming, just like the name for this, Evening Tea with Eskel. That wasn't even my idea. Someone gave it to me and I've been using it. So I'm trying to just think of more things, trying to figure out what types of things I think would be cool to share and like make cool little sayings either on t-shirts or whatever. I think that would be a cool idea to print stuff on t-shirts. If I could paint, I would definitely do paintings like my sister, but she's the talented one in our family. I can do leather work, so I've considered possibly doing that because I love doing creating things out of leather and doing leather work and stuff like that. So that would be fun. I have done word work at one point, but that's a lot harder. And I haven't created anything super cool out of wood yet, so I still need more practice on that. But I'm looking into it, trying out new things. So any ideas you guys want to share with me, that would be awesome. I love brainstorming, figuring out new things, seeing what would be the best. Thank you for sharing with us today. There's different phases in life, definitely, but you seem to have a great foundation. Thanks, Lulu. I appreciate that a lot. I do feel like I'm kind of at that age where I'm supposed to be having, like, I don't know, more of it all together, but I don't, and it's always tough. Eskel's merch. Oh, Amanda's here. Welcome. Heck yeah. Oh, I wanted to show you, Amanda, my teacup. It's a nice one. It's pretty great. But I'm looking forward to when I can drink out of one of your teacups because yours are a lot cooler than mine. Anyways, what was I talking about? Yeah, leather work. Leather work is super fun. That's one thing I want to try to do more of. Enjoyed our chat tonight. Thank you. Thanks, Caitlin. I definitely enjoy doing these with you all. I'm so glad you guys are here. I mean, I literally could not do this without you guys. So thanks for tuning in, and thanks for so many of you guys being like consistent with it every week. That's my biggest struggle, consistency, and you guys are always here. So hey, Amanda. Russ says hi. Welcome. She must have just gotten off the plane or something. Now she has internet connection. That's cool. Nice. Cool. Let me see if I have any other good things to share. I do want to hear some of your guys' ideas. I gotta figure out a way to kind of like have it be a little bit more interactive. What I'm gonna try, because I use Patreon to kind of like practice videos or like do my practice lives and different things like that before I post them, or like to decide if I really want to post them all over the internet or not. But I want to try something to where like I give you guys like time or the opportunity to share different stories. Like if like today we kind of talked about crazy dates. And the last one we did, we talked about everyone's first kiss and stuff like that, how old they were with their first kiss and things like that. I think it'd be super fun to have you guys write out your stories and like share maybe your favorite date that you've been on, or the craziest date you've been on, or just, interesting stories, because I feel like I'm surprised at how crazy some of the experiences I've been through. And I'm only 24, I've lived 24 years of life and a lot of crazy things have happened, but I can't imagine between all of us here, the crazy things that we have been through and all the weird experiences that we've had. That would be fun to hear, and to be able to like share different experiences and crazy stories would be a ton of fun. So stay tuned for that. I will try to figure out a way to do that. I'm happy to even like give out my email if anyone wants to like send different stories to my email, and then I can share them in my stories or in my next videos and stuff like that. Or if we did a live, I mean, I feel like we could do a live and then just have a little bit of a wait period, or like give time for everyone to like type up their stories, or just see, I don't know exactly how that would work. I'll try it in my Patreon. I'll do like a live where we can actually have time, or like share different ideas and stuff like that, and I'll see how it goes. I'll let you guys know for next time. Nope, most adults are pretending. You just keep learning and discovering. It is an endless journey. That's true. I agree 100%. So even though I feel like I should have it more together, I feel like that's because of social media. Social media is to blame for when you think you should have it all together, but you don't. And I don't know. There's not an age where you're supposed to have it all together. So it's just whatever. But yeah, I feel like that's life. Sorry, I say a lot. Let's see. Okay, I think that's everything. Look forward to my next video. If I am quick enough at editing, I will post it tonight. Hope you guys will like it. And if I'm not that quick, it'll be tomorrow. But thanks everyone. I'm so glad you all could be here. We had another great week. I think I gave this one the wrong name because I couldn't remember what number we were on, but I will try to change that, and it'll be posted right after this video. So if any of you guys want to go back to the beginning, if you missed any of it, that'd be awesome. I appreciate all you guys' watch time and all the thumbs up and likes that you guys have given it. So thank you so much, and I hope you all have a great week. Talk to y'all next time. See ya.